Hello, football fans. Football Extreme, the return. The Extreme team is back on the screens. We're full complement today. It's the day before the Premier League starts again. DJ, Nene, welcome, boys. Football Extreme, the return. How are you guys doing?
Good. It's been a while. As most of you viewers know or have seen, I've not been available with the gents, but the Extreme team has been keeping a great job at bringing more content to you guys. And we have the Nene show, we have Kicking It with Quap, so all is good. It's great to be back.
Yeah, it's great to have you back, man. We have a full team on our hands here. Nene, how you been, man?
Yeah, man. I'm good. As you know, we are officially gonna kickstart the Premier League season tomorrow against Brentford. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm looking forward to the start of the Premier League.
Yes. So yeah, start of the Premier League, Friday evening, Arsenal versus Brentford, the curtain raiser for the league. And so that's why we're going to go into it now. So the Premier League has returned. Football Extreme has returned. All eyes on the main show, main attraction. And guess what? The fans are back in the stadiums. So I'm excited about that. We've had a whole season, well, most of the season last season with no fans in the stadiums. Some stadiums had fans for a while. Then we went back to no fans. Nene, how are you feeling? Now that the season's off, it's going to be running in just over 24 hours from now. Fans back in the stadium, what you think it's going to change with the product of the Premier League?
I think it's going to make a huge improvement. It took a while to get used to the recordings that they used to play for us so that the stadiums are quiet, and also when we're watching, it doesn't look like we're watching a training session. Yeah, yes. So it's going to be interesting, and we're also going to get more involved from a viewership perspective. And I think also the teams are going to feel more encouraged, to play, to the best of their ability, because they know the crowd is back. There's some teams in the Premier League that have very hostile fans, and some teams don't like going there, and that was never the case last season. In fact, last season, whether you had a home game or an away game, it didn't make a difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to more of those tactics of how you approach an away game and how you're approaching a home game. And yeah, man, just seeing all the fans getting excited also makes you excited as a viewer watching the match. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
Definitely. I hear what you're saying about hostile environments and so forth. I mean, some teams lost their magic without having fans in their stadium. I mean, I won't say it's an excuse, but look at how Liverpool went unbeaten at home for so long, and then no fans in the stadium, and on top of other things, people are not afraid to come to Anfield anymore. Man United, DJ, Theatre of Dreams is a thing. It's a real thing in football to go to Old Trafford and Theatre of Dreams. What? It's the second largest stadium. Is it the largest or the second largest? I can't even remember. Old Trafford.
Second largest.
Yeah, second largest.
It's second.
Emirates is largest. Yeah. So the fans do make a difference. DJ, what you think? Man United coming back to a full house of fans. Bringing them confidence into this team. What do you think the effect of the fans is going to be?
Oh, can't even begin to tell you where to start with it, really, because as you said, as much as last season you had the noise in the stadium, it was not authentic, Yeah. Now when you have the fans back, the player scores a goal, he runs it in front of a crowd. We missed that last season, that vibe, that energy, that, you feel that energy of the 12th man in the stadium. Even if a team is losing, you always have that belief that, no, guys, the fans are behind us. They are cheering us on. Let's do it for the fans. Yeah, so to be good to have fans back in the stadiums and that whole atmosphere, it's what makes the game what it is. Because fans are part of the game anyway.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to it.
No, you have a point there, because The fans
Yeah.
gear up the players go up a level. So that little extra gear for even a couple extra minutes because the guy knows they've got their home fans. So they probably run a little bit harder just for a few more minutes. It increases the level of the game. And even just for us watching, imagine we watching the game when the goal gets scored, all of last season, you just hear them go, ah! And then that's it. And then it's a fake fan noise. And then, but then now they score and go, yeah! And that feeling of when your team scores and you can hear the crowd just going crazy, the game is 2-2, last 2 seconds, and your striker scores, and then you run away with the 3 points. So I'm glad to see the fans.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see the fans.
Yeah, and another thing to that point is, every time, as you said, when the goal is scored, there's that loud noise, and then it dies off straight after.
Yes,
whereas
exactly.
usually when there's a thing, it goes on for a while, like even when they've started the ball, but the fans are still like, you know what, we're in the game.
Yeah.
And whenever the goal was scored, it's just, okay, let's restart, and then it just goes quiet.
And then it goes quiet. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
definitely.
So, and then it only goes up a notch when they get into the 18-yard box, and then it starts getting louder. And as you know, with home fans and away fans, generally, if there's a home team that's going into the 18-yard area, then it's obvious, it's gonna there'll be noise. But if it's the other team that's going in the 18-yard area, it's not supposed to be as loud, but this thing will just shoot up. So it was like, no.
Yeah.
But it helped. It helped. Yeah.
And also for those of you fans that probably haven't been to a soccer stadium, because wow, and it doesn't even matter which country you're in. I mean, even here in South Africa, you go to a stadium to watch a game and the vibe is just on another level. Like, for whatever reason, watching a football game is that much better being in the stadium, not only because the players are in front of you, but the people around you. Like, you don't know the people here. You came with your 2 or 3 friends, but the thousands of people next to you just put you in a better mood. There's singing and there's dancing and going crazy. Like, some people just are not even paying attention to the score anymore. They're just having fun in the atmosphere. And it's just a memory you create, just the atmosphere of having the people there. The players increase their level. So yeah, I'm happy. Premier League, 100% in the stadiums. Hopefully though, the reason for no fans in the stadiums was COVID. So hopefully there's no spike in the COVID infection rates, because that'll just change things around again.
Yeah, and speaking of the COVID, you remember when they said that the players shouldn't celebrate because of social distancing?
Yes, yeah.
I'm like, what the hell, bruh? And then they're gonna score a goal. There's no crowd, and then you can't celebrate. I'm like,
meanwhile, you're spending the whole week with each other in training. You're all in the same change room together, but in the match, you can't touch each other.
Yep. Crazy.
So what? You score a goal and you just...
Yeah.
You're like,
thanks.
But yeah, that's cool. So the fans are back. Now we got our expectations of great atmosphere and much noises and probably just a better game to watch. But now let's shift our focus to the 22 on the pitch. The teams that take the field. And I mean, we've got newly promoted teams. We've got Watford, we've got Brentford. Who's the third team? Norwich. Watford, Brentford, Norwich. You got big teams that have made wholesale changes. I mean, like, I'm looking at Man United right now, and I'm thinking, wow, these guys have upped the level. I'm a Liverpool fan, and this is the first time in like 3 years that I'm actually afraid of a Man United squad right now. So, DJ, what are you thinking some teams are expecting? What are your expectations of some teams in terms of how they're going to finish or how they're going to start the season? Let's not even think about the finish. At the top of the season now, first 4 or 5 games, what's your expectations of your boys and maybe a couple other teams?
Well, first off, my expectations is that to start the season off well and we challenge. I mean, look at the players that we've brought in already. So we need to be challenging for the Premier League title.
Yeah.
Not just be making top four. And I think for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, this season is make or break, because if he does not win anything again, what's going to make him stay at the club anymore?
Yeah.
And play all the terms of the players that are there. I'm just hoping that all round everyone puts in a shift. They challenge each other to be better. And of course, for the team to do well, the players need to be performing well as a unit. That's the important part, as a unit. But looking at other teams, Man City have spent on probably a player who any of the teams that were in the top four would have wished to have in their team. So, yeah, City, they're the defending champions. And for me, they are the team that needs to be chased by all other 19 teams in the league. So let's watch the space.
Okay. Nene, what's your opinion? First of all, what do you think? What's your expectations of Arsenal and how you see them performing at the beginning of the season? Joe Willock is now, I think, officially gone now to Newcastle. So that's -1 player on your guys' side. What's your expectations of Arsenal?
Yeah, Joe Willock, it's okay. I remember a couple of years ago we sold Alex Iwobi, and we had the same situation where we're like, academic graduates, why are we selling him? There's just no space in the team. And with all the new recruits that you're looking for, he's just going to fall even lower in the pecking order. So we sell him, we get some funds in, and then we can hopefully channel it towards some more acquisitions. But I'm not that hard up on Joe Willock leaving. It's neither there nor there. Yeah, expectations for this season. We're not in the Champions League. We're not in the Europa League. We're not in this other thing called some Conference League.
Yeah, Europa Conference.
We didn't even make that shit. Yeah. So the expectation is hopefully we can focus on the league, and we can try and get back in the top 6. Ideally, because we're not in Europe and we're not in any of the other European competitions, we should be challenging for at least the top 4. We let United and Liverpool and Man City beat each other, and then all we have to do is just sneak in there. So that's simple. So my heart says top 4 minimum. It could be achieved, but my mind says between 5th and 6th. We could get in there. That's my expectations for the season.
I would gladly welcome Arsenal in the top 4 if they knock Man United out of the top 4. I will gladly welcome Arsenal in the top. Come.
Look who's talking. Liverpool had to sneak in the last game of the season.
Listen here, don't talk to me about sneaking in. You look at the long table, and Man United only finished 5 points ahead of Liverpool after all the trouble that we had the whole season. We had a whole season of no defenders, and Man United only beat Liverpool by 5 points at the end of it all. So let's just say that when everyone's back up to speed, I've given you guys your props. You bought Rafael Varane, you bought Jadon Sancho. You guys are looking at Trippier. If you guys get Trippier, I will bow. I'll say Man United is hands down cold-blooded killers this season. But after the bad season we had last season, United only finished 5 points ahead of Liverpool after everything. So let's not even say anything. Don't get too big heads about how last season ended up. Let's see what happens this season.
Let's see what happens this season. But remember one thing, a player who comes back from an injury is not the same as he was before. So keep that in mind.
We'll see.
True.
We'll see.
Yeah. No, man, then before we go into the surprise packages,
Yeah.
what is Liverpool's expectation? As DJ has said, just because players have come back from injury, it doesn't mean we're going to see the Liverpool from 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, don't even let me start talking about my team. First of all, transfer window, we've only bought one defender. And then after that, we've just been dead quiet. I mean, we linked in the minutest way with the potential for upsetting Real Madrid for Mbappe. But I mean, no one actually believes that's going to happen. And I don't even know anymore what to expect from this team. I mean, I'm trying to take some solace in the fact that half our squad was hurt last season, and now they're all back fit. So that's as good as getting transfers in. So let's see. I don't know. Let's see if Van Dijk on the first game against Norwich keeps a clean sheet. He plays the whole season, and he looks at 90% of what Virgil van Dijk used to be. Then I'll be happy. If Van Dijk is fully fit, we know Joe Gomez is probably only going to play 15 games this season. So I'm not even worried. That's why we brought Kanute in, because Joe Gomez guaranteed, regardless of what happens, he's only going to play 15 games this season. He'll be injured for 20, and then the other games will be on the bench. Him and Matip keep swapping injuries for the last 3 years. Matip and Gomez just go, okay, you'll sit. I'll go on holiday next month. You'll go on holiday the next month. Blah, 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 blah. But expectations-wise for Liverpool, I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see. First 5 games. But Norwich, we're going to sink them. We're going to remind them that they're a championship team. We have to do that. So, that's, yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing. But anyway.
So your hopes are a league title.
We'll see. Let's take it one game at a time. Then let the guys from Manchester start talking about the league title. We're going to take it a couple games at a time. I mean, we're recuperating from last season's heartbreak and disappointment of not being able to defend our title. So we're not the bad man that we used to be 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago. So we have to prove ourselves. So Liverpool, I'm not going to say anything about title and whatnot. We're going to see how our guys come back from injury and then take it from there. Let's see. After 10 games, if we're within striking distance, then we can start talking.
I just want to know, between Diego Jota and Sadio Mane, who starts for this upcoming season? Because we saw Diego Jota was purchased by Liverpool and he fits it in like a hand in a glove. And so which one would you prefer to be part of the front three?
I don't think it's going to be either or between those 2 guys. I mean, I've seen Klopp now, if he really wants to put Jota, his front three is his front three. Unless these guys are injured, I don't think Klopp will put Jota in instead of Mane or the other 2. He'll just put Jota in as the 4th guy. He'll just rather play all 4 of them and then change up in the midfield and have Henderson and Fabinho as holding midfielders, and then play with those 4 guys up front. So I see that more likely to happen than Jota being a new guy in the front 3 and then one of those guys sitting on the bench. Because we've all heard what the coach wants in terms of what Firmino's role is, Mane, Salah, that kind of thing. So if he would rather play Mane up until he runs into the ground than to bench him. So we've seen that plenty times. So that's what I see with Liverpool. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And you think Liverpool need a number 9, or are you good with what you have?
Let's see. Who's on the market, first of all? Who's on the market? So, I mean, that's why I keep saying Mbappe with a slight voice, because first of all, he's not a number 9, he's a winger. So does Liverpool need a true number 9? You can say Firmino's a sort of a number 9, but his game is not the typical number 9 footballer like a Harry Kane or a Sergio Aguero kind of striker. So I don't know. Liverpool's game right now is front three, attack on the wings, and then use your midfielders to run box to box. You don't need a number 9 for what they do because Firmino plugs in the holes and he finds the gaps between defenders for Mane and Salah to run behind, and then you create from there. So at the moment, Liverpool's play doesn't use a number 9. We use wingers doing the attacking. So at the moment, unless you change the way or bring in a proper number 9 and then work our way around them, then we'll see. But yeah. But football fans, that's it for what we have on expectations on our big teams. We're going to be speaking about our surprise packages in the next video. So stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel. We have a whole lot of content. We have Nene hosting the Nene Show. We have myself hosting Kicking It with Quabs. So subscribe to our channel so that you get all the updates from all our different shows. So we've got 3 shows right now on Football Extreme coming at you thick and fast. And now that the Premier League season is up and running from tomorrow onwards, we're going to have so much content to bring you. So yeah, fans, this has been one of the first show of the preview of the kickoff of the Premier League. We're going to be talking about our surprise packages or who to expect great things from in the midfield in our next video. So stay tuned, fans. It's ciao from the Extreme team.
Peace. Yes.